Hello everyone, if you guys are new to this channel, I'm Izzy. I like to do hauls, story times, and everything in between. So for today, I wanted to do a little answering your assumptions about me type video. I've been seeing them a lot recently and I've always wanted to do one myself, so here we are. I'm always curious to see how people answer these about me because I've gotten a lot of assumptions about me that aren't necessarily true, just from personal experience, so I wanted to try it out and see what people say. About a few weeks ago, I put up a little Instagram question box so that people could send in their assumptions. Thank you to everyone who sent me their assumptions. I had a lot of fun going through them, and you guys will get to see if they're true or not. As always, like and leave a comment down below which one was your favorite assumption. Now let's get on with the video. I'm answering these kind of in the order I received them. Like, I grouped a few together that were pretty similar, but besides that, there's not really any rhyme or reason to the order of the questions, so let's just get started. So the first assumption is that I'm smart. I feel like that's a very subjective thing to say that someone is smart, so I feel like I can't really answer that for sure. There are definitely things that I am more knowledgeable in. Like, for example, I'm more creative than a good amount of people I know, so you could consider me smart in that sense. If we're talking more technical things, I've learned a lot of programming languages and spoken languages in my life as well. The way I think of it is that there's a lot of things I know, but also a lot that I don't know. I feel like that's for every person in general though. Everyone will have certain things that they're better at than other things. So I guess you can call me smart, but personally I don't think I'm like exceptionally smart. Another thing that a lot of people have said to me is that I don't come off as the brightest person, and that's mainly because I stutter a lot and I tend to pause a lot when I speak. Especially when I'm nervous or just like in an unfamiliar situation, I tend to mess up my words or kind of just be at a loss for words, like I can't find the right words to say. I can definitely see why that can come off as less smart to some people, but I mean it's just a product of my anxiety, okay? The next assumption is that I have bad bitch energy. My friend actually sent this in and she was talking about how it low-key got her scared to talk to me at first because of how it came off initially. This one is true sometimes. I feel like it depends on what mood I'm in and also just like how you find me in the first place. If I'm in a good mood and I'm clearly happy and talking to people and everything like that, I feel like that helps people be more inclined to talk to me. People have told me that I tend to have the RBF when I'm just sitting down and doing stuff without talking, which I can understand a lot. I've seen a lot of off-guard pictures of me and I'm just like, wait, do I really look that angry to people? Most of the time though, I'm willing to talk to people if they approach me. So if you ever see me, don't be scared to approach me. In terms of how I carry myself in general, I have my good days and my bad days, as everyone does. There are more good days than bad days though, which I'm very grateful for. There was a time in my life where it was the other way around. And you know, I didn't feel so hot, but it's okay because I got the energy back. We're good. The next assumption I got was that I'm a person that likes to help their community. So I consider communities to just generally be groups that I'm a part of, and I definitely do love to help them. For example, I'm part of a girls and women's activist group. It's called Girl Up for Change. And we're all about promoting and educating people on different topics related to gender equality. We do all kinds of things like informative posts, Instagram lives. I also specifically edit educational videos that we put together by having different members send in video clips of them. When I'm particularly passionate about something, I will do anything that I can to help. The next assumption I got was that you're popular. I don't consider myself popular at all, so I'd say that this one is false. I have a lot of acquaintances and I know a lot of people in general, but I only have a small group of very close friends. Throughout my entire elementary, middle school, and high school life, I was just not popular at all. People knew of my existence, but they didn't really try to be friends with me or anything like that. Even in college, I feel like that's still the case. But I'm just glad I found my core group of friends and I'm very grateful to have them. I honestly don't think I would enjoy being popular necessarily. I feel like that comes with all sorts of pressures that I could not handle. Personally, I feel like I'd be pressured to look good all the time and to feel social all the time, because obviously there are times where I just don't feel like talking to people, and that's not anyone's fault. It's just that I value my alone time and I want people to respect that. But yes, to answer the assumption, I'm not popular and I don't want to be. Next assumption is that your parents paid for everything you have. I feel like this is kind of true, but it honestly hasn't been the case since I started college because I got myself a part-time job. So I've been working in that for my entire college career basically, and that's where I get most of my money from now. My parents are paying for my tuition though. I live in their house, so they're providing me with food and everything like that. But nowadays I do pay for a lot of the stuff that I use regularly. Obviously throughout my childhood and through high school, my parents had to pay for everything because I didn't necessarily have an income of my own. That kind of shifted once I went into college though. Next assumption I got was that you're a mixed baby. I honestly can't see this at all. I can't even see what I would be mixed with because I can't see it. I just look Filipino. I have gotten comments in the past for mistaking me for like a different Asian ethnicity or like a different race entirely, but I've rarely gotten the mixed baby comments. The only few times I can remember is that people thought I was half black, but I can't really see that either because I don't have any distinctly black features, I feel like. I'm just a tan Asian, I don't know what to tell you. Next assumption that I got was that I'm easy to get along with and fun to be around. A similar assumption that I kind of just grouped together with this one is that I have like a sweet and friendly aura. I definitely agree with this one. I'm just a very chill person in general, so I think that's why I'm easy to get along with. It's hard to start drama with me unless you really wrong me. So as long as you don't do that, then I'm cool with you, basically. With that being said, I still do personally have my limits. I will not let people step on me or disrespect me, and I have very clear boundaries as to what constitutes that. That's one thing I definitely think is important, making sure that you know what you're worth and that you don't settle for less when it comes to any type of relationship with people. This next one actually got me so weak. So my friend said, I thought you were an ooh, kawaii kind of girl, but eye emoji, eye emoji. I also paired this with the other assumptions I got that were talking about how I'm innocent. I don't know how to answer this without exposing myself too much, but let's just say it's not true. I get that one a lot in person too, that people say that I look more innocent than I am. I'm just a person that's full of surprises. These next few assumptions are fashion related since I got a lot of those as well. One was that I have a great sense of style. I definitely think this one is true because over the years I've figured out what suits me, and I like to experiment with new styles as well. Segueing into the next assumption, this person said that I keep up with the trends. I feel like this is true to a certain extent. Like I said before, I know what works for me and what doesn't. If I know that a trend isn't necessarily flattering for me or just isn't something I vibe with necessarily, then I won't try it. I still generally agree with it though, since I love to keep up with fashion trends on TikTok, etc. I have a little saved folder on Instagram that's just dedicated for that. Next assumption is that most of your wardrobe is black with some colored accessories. This one is honestly not true. While I do wear a lot of black, like my wardrobe doesn't necessarily have just black clothes. I'm pretty happy with the amount of colors that I have in my closet because I do have a lot. I just need to make it a point to wear them more often. There's nothing wrong with the all black clothes. I love them so much, as you can tell. But I think that it's good to switch it up every once in a while. Next assumption is that you prefer baggy clothes. I feel like this is true sometimes. I definitely have my moods where I do want to be in baggier clothes, and especially when it gets colder, a lot of my sweaters and my outerwear are oversized, so I obviously will wear those more in that season, as opposed to in the summer where I'll probably wear tighter clothes. Next assumption is that I'm a model because of how I pose in my Instagram pics. It's not true. I'm not a model. I wish I was. I feel like it would be a really fun side hustle to have. I've thought about going into modeling before, but I decided against it because of the extreme focus on appearance. It kind of creates this toxic environment that I honestly do not want to be a part of. I still do pose for pictures just for fun though, because it really helps with my self-confidence, and I also just like having a nice presence on camera. Next assumption is that you're very creative and artistic. I definitely agree with that. I think I'd be more concerned if I wasn't, cause I'm literally an art major. I definitely do thrive in more creative environments. I fully came to that realization when I was still studying computer science, cause I was just like, this is not for me. No. So then I switched to something that I am way more comfortable with and I just feel way better in. I know I definitely do want to spend my career doing creative things. Creating is something I love to do and it makes me feel fulfilled. Next assumption is that I love myself / I'm confident. Similar to a lot of what I said, I feel like it comes and goes in waves. I've struggled a lot with confidence throughout my life and I still do occasionally, but I feel like I've gotten way better with it and I'm able to carry myself in a more confident way in general. I'm always trying to push my boundaries and test my comfort zone, and I feel like it's worked a lot and it's helped me grow as a person. The past version of me from like 10 years ago would not believe that I'm the person I am today. The final assumption is that you're an amazing YouTuber. I saved this one for the last because I don't think so. Just kidding, I know that I'm not as bad as I say I am. I'm not an amazing YouTuber, but I'm also not a terrible YouTuber either, so I don't know where I stand. I'm kind of just in the middle, if you know what I mean. With that being said, I definitely do want to become an amazing YouTuber in the future. I want this to be a longer term hobby for me because it is honestly so fun. I really enjoy it. You heard it here first, I'm not going anywhere. And those are all the assumptions I have. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do another one, like a part 2 or something like that. This was so fun to make, so I'm totally down to do more if you guys want to send me more assumptions. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I love meeting and talking to y'all, so let me know in the comments if there's anything you are curious about or if there's just something you want to react to in this video. And that's it for this video. Take care and I'll see you guys in my next one.